Confidence doesn't look the same for women as it does for men, and it shouldn't be treated like it does. In this empowering episode, we'll unpack 5 research strategies that speak directly to the unique challenges women face in leadership, from being judged more harshly to getting vague feedback like, be more assertive. This conversation is for women who are ready to lead with clarity and not apology. Welcome to the Leadership Career Accelerator, where we help aspiring leaders like you build executive presence, influence with impact, and get recognized and promoted. I am longtime CEO Barry Molen. In this episode, you'll discover why naming the confidence gap is the first step to neutralizing it and taking back your power. You'll learn how to advocate for yourself with language that is confident, professional, and leadership aligned. And you'll understand the importance of building a confidence community and own the leadership strengths you already have, like collaboration, emotional intelligence, and strategic thinking. You'll walk away with one action you can implement today, speaking up with clear, assertive language that makes people listen and respect what you bring to the table. Confidence is different for women than men, and the challenges are not the same. That's why we're talking today about confidence in women separately than men and women together. Because women often face barriers that men don't. Women are interrupted more. They're judged more harshly for mistakes. They've got a double bind. Be confident, but not too confident. Women have pressure to be likable and competent. They face a bias in leadership expectations. They have to be the best leader ever. And to help women improve, they often get vague, unhelpful feedback like, be more assertive. Because the expectations are different, the path to confidence often looks different. Obviously, I'm not a woman, and I haven't experienced these barriers directly. However, as a CEO, I have coached and promoted a lot of women in my career and have helped them overcome many speed bumps like these along the way. Let's walk through 5 confidence strategies tailored specifically to women. Strategy number 1 is name the confidence gap. Studies show that women often underestimate their abilities while men tend to overestimate their abilities when both have the same identical skills. That means your doubt is not evidence of inability, it's a social pattern. Naming it helps to neutralize it. When you see a man who you know has the same or lesser skills than you, but you feel like you're not ready, recognize that's just the confidence gap talking. Strategy number 2 is to advocate for yourself. Women frequently hold back from asking for what they want, negotiating, stating their accomplishments, or including themselves in opportunities. Here's the shift you need to make. Recognize that self-advocacy is not bragging. It's clarity. It's professionalism. It's leadership. When it comes to advocacy, you can say to your supervisor, here's the impact I had on this project. I'd like to discuss my growth and next steps. Here's the value I bring to the team. When you say these things, it alerts your boss to your value. Otherwise, they may not be paying attention to you. I had a woman deputy who regularly told me about her role and contribution on our projects. I'll admit, sometimes I was distracted by my own responsibilities and pressures and paid less attention to all of my staff's accomplishments. I was grateful to hear about what she had done. So don't assume your boss knows what's going on. Often, they don't. Strategy number 3 is upgrade your language. Women are more likely to say, sorry, just a quick question. I might be wrong, but does that make sense? These phrases soften your authority, and there's a more assertive way to say them. Replace them with, I have a question. Here's my perspective. My recommendation is. Strong language builds strong perception by others, and strong perception builds your confidence. Strategy number 4 is to build your confidence community. Look for a support network. Seek out mentors, women's leadership circles, or groups. Look for peer coaching. Seek out accountability partners, which may be friends or colleagues in similar situations who discuss what's going on in your careers. Confidence grows faster in community than in isolation. I've been part of peer groups my entire career, and right now I'm participating in 3 of them. They are very helpful. Interesting research shows that when hikers were paired and brought to the base of a mountain, they estimated the difficulty of climbing the mountain was about 20% easier than individuals looking at the same mountain alone by themselves. The mountain didn't change, but their sense of capability did. When we work together with others, our goals are not as daunting and they appear more achievable. Find your community. Our last strategy, number 5, is claim your strengths. Without even trying hard, women consistently excel at many soft skills: collaboration, strategic thinking, listening, emotional intelligence, execution, and relationship building. We sometimes call these soft skills, but in reality, they are leadership skills, and they are in extremely high demand. Be good at them. Own them. Your organization desperately needs more of these leadership skills, as well as people like you. Confidence grows when you acknowledge your strengths, speak them out, and use them intentionally. To lead, you don't need to become someone else. You simply need to know what to do and become more of who you already are. Here's some final thoughts. Women are not lacking confidence. Women are navigating environments that often fail to acknowledge or actively undervalue their strengths and contributions. When you understand these dynamics, adopt these strategies, and surround yourself with the right support, confidence becomes much less mysterious and much more attainable. And most importantly, you deserve to have an important role. You deserve to speak with authority. You deserve to lead with confidence on your terms. All right, wrapping up, what's the one thing you can implement today? I've given you 5 basic ideas. I think an action you can implement immediately is to speak assertively, saying things like, I have a question, or my recommendation is. These kinds of declarative statements get people's attention and show you have what it takes to be a straightforward and assertive leader. Thank you for listening, and congratulations! You are a member of the End of the Show Club. If you have any questions or want to get in touch, you can send me a note. The address is leadershipcareeraccelerator@gmail.com. And check out and engage with me on Substack at Leadership Career Accelerator.